USC and Notre Dame. Are we going to see USC show their maybe true colors? They've had shaky past couple weeks against Arizona and then against Colorado the week before that. Week before that, Arizona State, it was close against USC. Are we going to see Notre Dame show USC who they really are?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I mean, Oregon.
Got you on the brain.
Yeah, right. Notre Dame is coming off a tough loss on the road against Louisville, a bit of a surprising one, and for them, like they don't really have a path anymore to the college football playoff. I mean, yeah, maybe if they beat up on USC and they just need a ton of luck moving forward from everybody else. It's like kind of a prove it game for them, like in terms of just bragging rights of such a decorated rivalry. I think you could probably put it top 3 or top 5. Obviously in college football of all time rivalries, but USC is going to face their stiffest, best defense they've seen yet under Marcus Freeman and company. So I think the key for Notre Dame is going to be, hey, can they establish the run game, which shouldn't be too hard against USC, control the clock, and then have that defense maybe able to muster a turnover or two on Caleb Williams and company. But, Caleb Williams is just so far ahead of any other quarterback in college football right now that he makes up for so many deficiencies that USC has, that he's just always going to have them in the game. But, obviously being on the road, you saw how close that Ohio State Notre Dame game was earlier this year. It took Ohio State to the final second to win that game. So, this is a definite trap game, could be the first loss that USC gets. And then, when you kind of take a look at the schedule that USC is going to have going forward after this Notre Dame game, they go at Notre Dame, home versus Utah, at Cal, home versus Washington, at Oregon, and home versus UCLA. I mean, that is, looking like a tough road to sledding up ahead. But I've got USC by a score.
This is the classic Will Ortner gets screwed game. Because I've been sitting here beating the drum for Sam Hartman all year. Hey, he's a sneaky Heisman candidate. He's dominating at the beginning of the year. If he has a good game against Ohio State, you better watch out. And then he lays an absolute egg against Ohio State. All of a sudden, he lays an egg against Duke. He looked like crap against Louisville. I'm out on Sam Hartman. This is where he screws me, and he goes off for 400 yards, and he just throws 1,000 touchdowns to Tobias Mayweather, and all of a sudden, well, we were holding on to some stuff, but we didn't want to use it just in case he got hurt. It's like Justin Herbert back in the Mario Cristobal days with the Ducks. As soon as the Ducks were eliminated, as soon as they got that second loss, then all of a sudden, hey, let's let Herbert run, and all of a sudden it's a game changer. And, oh, he looks like a Heisman candidate. He looks like a really good player. Too bad it's too late. This is classic where I get screwed, and I know it because I'm going to come in here right now and I'm going to tell you, because I have a dumb football brain, but I'm going to say USC overlooked Arizona. They didn't think much of them. They sleptwalked through that first half. They looked like garbage. Then Caleb Williams decided to put the crown on his head and went out and absolutely brought them back to a life-changing, season-changing win in overtime, which is still stupid that they do 2-point conversions after the third one. Don't get me started on that. But he finds a way to bring them back and win, and I'm going to say, you know what? I think USC is going to put up enough points. It doesn't matter that their defense gives up a bunch of points because I don't think this Notre Dame's offense is very good anymore. I think they might score like 28. Do you think 28 is enough to beat this USC team? Probably not. And then I'm going to come in here on Tuesday, and I'm going to have tears, and I'm crying because I lost because USC didn't put up a single point and they got blown out by 28. But I think USC is going to win.
How do you really feel?
I'm going to get screwed. And I know it, and I see it coming, and it is what it is.
That's going to be a great game. Yeah, Caleb Williams has 22 touchdowns to 1 interception right now.
Yeah, I don't see how he doesn't become the second ever college football player to be a 2-time Heisman winner.
He's so much further advanced than everybody else, and the throws that he can make with the body angles that he can make, it's ridiculous. This USC team is probably an 8-4 team, but because you have Caleb Williams, he's not just giving you one victory, he's probably giving you 2 or 3. And to have a player like that, like a great player, gives you one extra victory that you don't deserve. He might give you 2 or 3, and that might be just enough to get them into a Pac-12 championship game. And shoot, I'm not going to root against them. If you're telling me you got to pick a defense to stop these guys, I'm not going to claim that it's going to be anyone, because he didn't show up for 2 quarters, showed up for the third and the fourth, and that was enough to win. And that Arizona team is going to knock someone off that they shouldn't.